Bitcoin is the superior inheritance. Forget the retirement fund, forget real estate, forget stocks. You do not want to be passing those on to your kids anymore. Bitcoin is going to be superior to that, and I'm here to tell you why. Bitcoin is portable. If your son or your daughter live overseas and they live far away, you can't send them real estate. You can't send a house on a ship and hope they receive it. You can't send a huge gold bar. It will get confiscated. It will get reported. There's potentially you're going to lose it. Potentially you're going to get in trouble. You can't just send hundreds of thousands or $1 million worth of gold on an airplane and hope that you can get it through. You can't send them an Apple stock from one wallet to the other. You can't send them your entire portfolio. You have to sell these, and there's huge tax implications for selling these assets. You can carry your entire wealth with Bitcoin across borders in your head by knowing the 24-word phrase backing your Bitcoin or on a piece of paper. I'm pretty sure you can sneak a piece of paper in your pocket better than a $200,000 gold bar or $1 million gold bar or an entire house in your backpack. This makes it immune to confiscation or logistical hurdles. And transfers are instantly settled. Imagine when your grandparents are passing away and they say, I'm transferring you $5 million right now, and you receive it in 10 minutes. You can't do that with traditional finance. You can't do that with banks. No, they all take a cut along the way. There is so many tax different stages that eventually by the time you get it, it's not 5 million. It might be 4 million or 3 million. And then if you go to use that as well, there might be a tax then too. So Bitcoin skips all that crap. It takes out all the middlemen. It takes out all the banks. It takes out all the people, the institutions that are all trying to get a big piece of this boomer pie. So you're cutting out the banks, you're cutting out the courts, you're cutting out the government. It is instantly settled, received, settled. There's no double spending. It's left your grandparents' account or your parents' account, and it has entered your account. No permission needed. So Bitcoin transfers don't require approval from the banks, lawyers, or government institutions, as long as the people that are inheriting the money have access to the private keys or the seed phrase. They now control the asset immediately and directly. Privacy and security. So Bitcoin can be held privately in cold storage. No one needs to know how much there is. No one needs to know who sent it and who received it. It's away from prying eyes and aggressive taxation. And they cannot tax something that they can't get a hold of. You have control. You have the power. It's bringing back the power to the people, not power to the government or power to the banks, power to the institutions. No, it's power to the individual. Do you want to hold your own inheritance and be able to give it out as you plan, as you want, equally, fairly? This is the way to go. Get rid of the other crap is not going to be good for when it's time to pass on your inheritance. This level of privacy that Bitcoin provides is impossible with traditional assets. They are registered, reported, and often subject to probate. Now, tax efficiency. You can avoid all these crappy tax stages that apply to traditional finance accounts. So every time you sell an asset, every time you transfer an asset, every time someone becomes the new beneficiary of that asset, there are taxes along the way. By the time you get it, it's significantly less than what you would have thought. And that's because the government wants, and the institutions that help you get those assets in the first place, they all want a piece of your pie. And they don't want you to get ridiculously rich. They want to get rich. They want to keep you not so rich. And so if you can avoid all these stupid taxes along the way that shouldn't even exist, like you've already been taxed on your income, you've already been taxed buying those assets, property taxes, stock taxes, whatever it means, brokerage taxes, all these fees add up. You've already paid them. But guess what? You go to sell, you go to hand it out to your kids, there's more taxes. It's not as easy as just, I've got it and now you've got it. I used to own this house, now you own this house. I sold the house and it was worth 5 million, so you get 5 million. They don't. They get a much smaller percentage of what that should have been. That is traditional finance. I'm done with that stuff. Bitcoin is superior inheritance. It's way better than everything else you ever thought. This is the way to go. It's better than cash. It's better than stocks. It's better than gold. It's better than real estate. It beats everything because you can literally transfer it from your cold storage device, locked up by 24-word phrase, randomly generated. That is the best password system that we've seen in money like this, digital money. better than the banks that you're dealing with, better than the stocks, all better security. If you can get that inherited to your kids, whether you give them full access to the asset as Bitcoin by giving them the 24-word phrase and the step-by-step on how to unlock it and transfer it out, or you literally just transfer it from the wallet into their own personal wallet, either way. So you can do this properly and easily anywhere in the world. It's just insanity. It's also a superior divisibility compared to other assets. If you have a $5 million house, can you cut it into 5 pieces and give it to your 5 kids? No. You have to end up selling the house because they're not all going to agree that one person gets the house, or they're all just going to go live there and give up their own lives. You have to sell it, pay huge taxes. By the time you've divided out all that capital to them, they're getting significantly less than what the house is worth. Bitcoin is divisible into 100 million Satoshis. And so you can literally get it down to the ... per person. Better than dollars, better than real estate, better than gold. Try and shave a $5 million gold bar that you don't even have self-custody to, that you have to sell and pay tax on, that you have to give up your ETF that you're holding. Try and divide that by 5 people, 6 people, 7 people, whoever it may be, 10 people. So this 100 million Satoshis make it easy as to split among the multiple people inheriting this wealth, regardless of the asset's price at the time. It doesn't matter how much Bitcoin's worth, because that amount of Bitcoin doesn't change because its price went down or went up. If you have 0.25 Bitcoin and let's say it's worth by then 250 grand or potentially $2.5 million by then, and its price drops, well, guess what? You still have 0.25. Nothing changes. It's the exact same amount of Bitcoin. It's still extremely scarce asset. It's obviously going to continue to go up over time. Doesn't mean that you've lost in that scenario. It just means that in dollars term, you've lost a bit in price, which doesn't matter. You can't price something that is scarce with something that's abundant. There's going to be some volatility. So Bitcoin, this divisibility, it removes the need to sell or liquidate assets to divide them fairly, which is a common issue with property, art, or business interest. So comparing it to things like property, art, and business interest, you obviously have to sell and then try and divide what the cash was worth. Bitcoin, you can literally send the Bitcoin. You don't even have to sell it, causing a taxable event. You literally can just send it out equally, and they can choose what they want to do with it. If they want to go through the traditional finance and sell it and pay tax and then buy something else and diversify, selling the winners and buying the losers, they can do that if they really want. Or if they understood Bitcoin and where this is headed, they can choose to hold it and save it, spend it in a way that can avoid tax. And then, they have a choice what they want to do with it. Now, it's also outperforming everything else. So everything else you hold is just doing terribly against Bitcoin. It might just be keeping up with monetary expansion, therefore monetary inflation, which is the only inflation metrics you should be looking at. Let's say they're expanding the money supply 7% and your stocks did 8%, then you were just outperforming. You were basically sinking and drowning, but your head is just above the water. Whereas Bitcoin, when it does a 40% year, 50% year, 60% year, it is smashing inflation. You are getting richer and richer and richer, regardless of how much inflation is causing groceries to go up, fuel, cars, houses, everything. Bitcoin, you're still getting richer than everyone else holding everything else. And so, it's outperforming stocks, bonds, retirement assets, blah, 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 blah. Everything. It beats everything. And so your retirement that you're going to pass on, or your assets that you're going to pass on, you want as much of that in Bitcoin, not only because you can self-custody, not only because it's divisible, but because it's outperforming everything else. So if you're looking at the price, well, does it outperform things? Yes, it does. It's the best performing asset, investment, money, currency, digital property, digital money, digital gold, everything. And now sovereignty and control. Bitcoin gives you and the person that is inheriting your Bitcoin unprecedented financial sovereignty. No central authority can freeze, dilute, or confiscate your holdings. You're in full control, which is especially valuable in uncertain economic or political climates. Cannot just be, we got to raise some funds for a war that we shouldn't be fighting. We're going to confiscate your gold. You're no longer allowed to hold gold. Well, guess what? If they tried to do that with Bitcoin, they wouldn't be able to do it. How are they going to get 24 words out of your head? What if you don't even have them in your head? You've put it on a little titanium plate, you've buried it somewhere, or you've plastered it in your wall, or you've sent it across the world for your relative to look after. How are they going to do that? It's the best. Oh, so good. Immediate access. With proper planning, such as using a living trust or clear instructions, the people that are inheriting your Bitcoin get immediate access, bypassing lengthy probate and legal delays. Multi-generational wealth. Bitcoin is a multi-generational asset designed to be held long-term, making it ideal for building and preserving family wealth over decades and potentially centuries. No geographic restrictions. Your people that are inheriting your Bitcoin, they can use it anywhere in the world, regardless of where they live, with no need for currency conversion or international wire fees. They can dodge all that middleman crap. Simple storage. Unlike gold or property, Bitcoin doesn't require physical storage, maintenance, or insurance. Just secure your key management. Just make sure you're looking after your 24-word phrase. Set up a proper inheritance. Teach the people that you're going to give your Bitcoin to how to get access to it, or come up with a way that it is sent to them directly in their own Bitcoin wallets, securely, safely, and privately. Future proof. As the world becomes more digital, Bitcoin's relevance and utility as an inheritance asset will only increase. So jump the gun and do this now, because it's going to become a reality pretty quick for most people anyway. Avoid family disputes. So be clear, divisible holdings and direct access reduce the risk of family disputes over asset division or decisions made. So imagine trying to divide houses, stocks, cash, gold, all these different things that you have. Try and divide those equally, exactly equally. How many siblings turn on each other because someone got slightly more, slightly less? Why'd you get the stocks? I wanted the stocks. And why did I get the house, or vice versa, whatever? How come I got this much in cash, but you got all these well-performing stocks that are going to continue to grow? This is whatever. Bitcoin, you can avoid that. Equal game. No complaining from the stupid little kids. Now, secure your key management. So make sure, people know your seed phrase, or you know what hardware wallet to use. Understand what a multi-sig setup is, for example. Understand the importance of Bitcoin as an inheritance tool, maybe even Bitcoin education in general. And then legal clarity. Just make sure that what you do, not necessarily legal, because these days they could just ban Bitcoin, but does that mean you should sell and call it a day? No, it means that they're obviously trying to get your Bitcoin, and you should double down and get as much as possible and self-custody it. But avoid the confusion and chance of taxable loss. Just do it properly in a way that you're not going to be on people's radar. You do things the best of your ability that's legal and what's fair. Just transfer it to them fairly, evenly. Do not cause suspicion by transferring it from one exchange to 5 different exchanges to this, then that, and that, because that's all going to cause headaches, not only for them, but for you. Just do it properly in a way that you have a leg to stand on. Education. Obviously, educate them how to safely handle their Bitcoin once received, how to store it, how to pass it on to their kids, blah, blah, blah. Set up all these things now so it's not a headache when you're actually at that age or at that stage of passing on wealth. Do it yourself, but just be well educated. Take some self-responsibility and do this properly. So Bitcoin is the best inheritance because it is portable, instantly transferable, so instantly settled, divisible, private, globally accessible, and outperforms traditional assets. With proper planning, it provides your beneficiaries with immediate sovereign access to wealth, future-proofing your family's financial legacy. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Please comment, like, sub, share it around. Try and get some traction. Let me know you're watching. Let me know if you got something from this. And appreciate it, guys. I'll see you on the next one.